Shalom. Let us give our praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the brothers that teach in truth and sincerity. Yeah, I'm going to name this video about the underdogs. Alright, what's the underdog? A competitor, though, to have a little chance of winning a fight or a contest. So, it's a long shot. You know, people is a long shot that they're going to win. You know, and that's how this society look at us Negroes and us Latinos and Native Americans. They look at us like, man, them niggas is losers. They look at us like we're losers, like we can't win. But the Most High say that we are going to win this war, man. This World War III. We're going to win this battle. We're going to get delivered up out of here. We are the real Hebrew Israelites, and this America and this world look at us and look at us like we're losers. But we're the underdogs. We are the people. We are the people that you think that's going to lose, but going to cause an upset. Now I'm gonna get a scripture. You know, I'm gonna get a scripture. You know. This is just bear with me in Deuteronomy, right? Deuteronomy 7. It say 7 and 7 and 7. The Lord did not see his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. Right? The Lord ain't choose us because we were this big, magnificent nation that we just had everything on point. And we just had it was just billions of us. No, he said, look, the Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people. So these other nations was of more of us. And probably had better, just had better things of us. But the Lord ain't choosing because we were just this Golden State team, you know? More in number than any people, for ye were few of all people. We was actually less. It was just a couple of us. And then, but because the Most High have loved you, and because will keep the oath which he has sworn unto your father, have the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of the Pharaoh king of Egypt. Right, the Lord going to choose us again. He going to choose them. He going to choose those few people. The Lord is not coming back even now. He's not coming back to save a lot of people. Just those few people. That's few in number. Those underdogs. People who we the rejects of this society. We the outcasts. People who look at us like we're losers. But the Most High, He set his love upon us. That's what the scripture says. He said the love, it said the Most High did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because you were more in number. So he set his love upon those elect members and the 1/3, right? And he going to deliver us out of the house of bondage, man. We're going to win this battle, right? Now, this is who I want to focus on. You know, I want to focus on like on this certain character. Well, this person that actually lived with this person in the Bible, and he was actually a king, right? So I'm gonna read this in First Kings chapter 20. Chapter 20, verse and this inspired me to do this sit down, you know, because I'm always doing the sit downs about the battles. So this inspired me to do a sit down about this battle, about an underdog story. This is an underdog story, you know, and the king name that we're gonna focus on is King Ahab. King Ahab, he was a king. And what do we all know about King Ahab? Wicked as hell. He the one who had Jezebel as a wife. You know? So that's the only thing a lot of Israelites only know about him. That nigga was wicked, man. You know? But King Ahab actually shows some integrity in this story, in this chapter, and this is the only good thing I can say about the man. You know? And this inspired this sit down. So I'm gonna read from 1 just so we can get an understanding of what's going on. Okay? So now this 1 King 20 verse 1. And Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts together, and there were 32 kings with him, and horses and chariots, right? And he went up and besieged Samaria and warred against it. And he sent messengers to Ahab, king of Israel, into the city, and said unto him, Thus said Ben-Hadad, the silver and thy gold is mine. It say, thy wives also and thy children, even the goodliest are mine. And the king of Israel answered and said, My lord, O king, according to thy saying, I am thine, and all that I have. And the messenger came again. So the king of Israel said, who is King Ahab, said, look, fuck it, man, it's yours. You can have my wife, you know, you can have my children, you can have my gold, you can have anything that's look pleasant in thy eyes, man. You can have it, man. You can have my family, man. So the king of Syria sent another messenger. In verse 5, and the messenger came again and said, Thus speaketh Ben-Hadad, saying, Although I have sent unto thee, saying, Thou shalt deliver me thy silver and thy gold, thy wife and thy children, yet I will send my servants unto thee tomorrow about this time, and they shall search thy house and the houses of thy servants. And it shall be that whatsoever is pleasant in thy eyes, they shall put it in their hands and take it away. Verse 7, and the king of Israel called all the elders, right? He bugging out. He like, man, hell no, man. You looking at me like I'm a fucking loser, man. You know, you know, even this wicked king has some form of some dignity, man. He has some integrity. So what he did, he gathered verse 7. So then the king of Israel, still talking about King Ahab, called all the elders of the land and said, Mark and pray you, I see how this man seeketh mischief. For he sent unto me for my wives and for my children and for my silver and my gold. I denied him not. So he like, man, look, he just sent me a message. He said, look, man, I was gonna give him my gold and silver. I was gonna even give this man my wife. I was even gonna give this man my children. But now, verse 8. And the elders said to all the people, said unto them, hearken not unto nor consent. Cause he like, man, he had some integrity, because he was like, man, I was gonna give him okay, it's one thing to give him my family, but for this man to come and take everyone wives and everyone children and everyone gold and silver and everything they worked hard for, and just take it, I can't have that, man. He like, I can't have that, man. He, you know, even this wicked man said, like, it was enough is fucking enough, man. He stood up for something, man. He stood up at this moment. He stood up for fucking what's right, man. It's just certain things that just ain't right, man. You know, here it is. You want my family, and I said you can have it. Now you want all the family of Israel. You want their wives. You want their children. You want the gold, the silver, the houses, and anything that you want. I can't have it. And then this is verse 9. Wherefore he said unto the messenger of Benadad, that's the king of Syria, tell my lord the king, all that thou didst send for to thy servant at the first, I will do. See, he's like, look, I was gonna let you have my wife, my children, and my gold and silver. I was gonna let you have it, but this thing I may not do right. This meaning you can't just go around Israel and just start taking people wives, man, and people children, man. That's fucking wicked, man. Even King Ahab, like, man, you got me fucked up. You think you just gonna go to anybody house and take their wives and take their children, man? So he stood up for something that day. He was the underdog, man. He's like, man, fuck that, man. You know, whatever, man, fuck it, let's go to war then, man. You know, he said, and he told the messenger to tell fucking the king that shit, man. And then it say, and the messenger, he departed and brought him words again. And Benadad sent unto him and said, the God do unto me, and more also, if the dust of Samaria shall suffice for a handful for all the people that follow me. So the Benadad basically, that's a cold, see, that's a biblical way of saying, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. Because the Syrian mad now, right? And yo, this part would kill me, right? And right here, verse 11, the king of Ahab, he said some cold ass shit here. He said, look, and the king of Israel, this is talking about King Ahab, he answered and said, tell him, let not him that girdeth on his harness boast of himself as he put it off. See, I was lost when he said that shit. I'm like, man, what the hell do that even mean? I don't get it. So I kept reading it. Let not him that girdeth on his harness boasteth as he that put it off. Meaning, look, man, man, look, man, you ain't winning this. Look, man, the battle ain't even happened yet, man. He was saying, like, look, dude, hey, you have not, look, right now, victory have not been granted unto you, man. He like, man, don't act like you won this battle already as one that put it off, because the one that put it off, he won the battle. He won the battle already. So he said, look, don't act like you already had got victory when you did it, man. You know? And I want to give a better term for it too, so brothers can like understand it better of what he's saying there. So that's his 1 Kings 20:11, right? So basically that saying is, a warrior putting on his sword for the battle shall not boast of like a warrior who has already won. Right. He acted like he already won. He didn't win shit. So King Ahab like, look, man, you ain't win shit yet, man. He like, you ain't win. I'm the underdog. So he was the underdog there. He ain't win. And look, and then verse 12, and it came to pass when Abinadab had heard this message, like, oh shit. Hold on, who the fuck got the balls on, what the hell got into King Ahab? Because everyone know about King Ahab was being wicked. Listen to that bitch Jezebel and shit. But King Ahab had some integrity about himself. He like, look, nigga. He said, let not him that gird up his harness boast himself as he put it off. Right, look. He like, look, nigga. Hey, tomorrow ain't promised, nigga. You ain't win shit yet, nigga. You want to come here to my land? We gonna go to war. So don't boast that you won. You ain't win shit. I'm gonna be the winner. I'm the underdog. You know. So it say, and it came to pass when Abinadab had heard this message, he was drinking, and he and the kings in the tents, in the pavilions that he said unto his servant, set yourself in array, and they set themselves in array against the city. Right? So the king of Syrians looked at us like we was in shit. Looked at the king of Israel like he was in shit. Like, yeah, man, we about to fuck his ass up. He's talking all that shit, talking about don't boast and don't boast and shit. All right, no, let's go, man. Well, let's go to war, man. Let's go to war, man. Let's show them what we about, right? And behold, there came a prophet unto King of Israel, King Ahab, the king of Israel, saying, Thus said the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, has thou seen this great multitude? Meaning, Most High, like, man, you see all this great multitude? You see all these, like all these warriors, all these adversaries want to come up against thee? Behold, I will deliver it into thy hand this day, and thou shalt know that I am the Most High, Yahweh Yahushua. Right, so the Most High sent a prophet to King Ahab, like, look, man, you show some integrity. You should. I like that shit you was talking. But for that, BC, you gotta have some integrity in this truth, man. No matter what the circumstances is, man, you got to. He like, man, I'm gonna deliver this great multitude inside of your hand, just because Benadad, he looked at us like we wasn't shit, man. You know, so we the prophets, man. Starting with the apostles of great millstone, people just think they just gonna roll us, just roll on us, and there's not gonna be no fight. The scriptures say that we shall lift up a standard, man. And just like in the story of King David and Goliath, King David was the underdog, and everyone just knew that Goliath was going to win, but King David did an upset, and he had faith in the Most High, Yahushua. So that's where our strength comes from, right? So that's all I'm gonna read, man. So even as wicked as King Ahab was, he had some integrity, and they looked at him as an underdog. You know, they looked at him like he wasn't shit. And and I read the story back again, and only thing I remember about King Ahab, how he was wicked. But here it is. This man showed some integrity, man. This man, he said, look, this is one of my favorite things to say now. Let not him that girdeth on his harness boasts himself as he put it off. Meaning, look, man, the fight ain't over until it's over, man. Victory have not been promised unto you. And you Edomites, victory have not been promised unto you. Don't act like you won. See, Esau going around acting like they already won. So, see, let not him that girdeth his harness boasts himself. Right? Know what Esau doing? He girdeth his harness, his wars, his military, as he already won. You haven't won the battle yet, Esau. The Most High gonna send his son Yahushua and to destroy you, man. So everyone look at us like the underdogs, and that's cool. Like we're the losers, but we're the underdogs, and we're gonna win. So with that, I love to give our praises to Yahushua. I love to give our praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, and dumb honor to the apostles of great millstone, and salutations to the brothers that teaching out in truth and sincerity. Hey, Shalom, man. We're the real underdogs, and we're gonna make an upset in this place, man. Shalom, back to America.